Peter.
What if the human brain could unlock 100% of its power? Not tomorrow, not in the future, but right now. What if one woman crossed that line and never came back? Lucy is no longer running. She is no longer hiding. This time, the world is not ready for what she has become. Lucy is awake again. But this time, she opens her eyes to a world that feels small. The city below her moves slowly, like it is trapped in a dream. Cars crawl forward. People argue, laugh, and panic, all unaware that something far greater is watching them. Lucy doesn't see streets or buildings anymore. She sees patterns. She sees choices before they are made. She sees outcomes before actions even begin. Her mind is no longer limited by fear or pain. Every thought flows freely, connecting memories, numbers, emotions, and time itself. Lucy feels everything at once: the heartbeat of the planet, the silent pull of gravity, the hidden signals moving through the air. Humanity once believed knowledge was power. Lucy has gone far beyond knowledge. She has become understanding. But with awakening comes danger. Deep inside hidden rooms and underground labs, alarms begin to flash. Screens light up with warnings. Scientists, soldiers, and leaders realize something impossible is happening again. Lucy is not dead. She has evolved, and this time she is no longer tied to a single body or place. Lucy senses them watching. She doesn't panic. She doesn't rush. Fear is a thing she left behind long ago. Instead, she studies her enemies like a chessboard. Every move they plan is already clear to her. Every trap they build is already broken in her mind. The world believes Lucy is the threat. But Lucy sees the truth. She sees greed hiding behind power. She sees control disguised as protection. She sees humanity repeating the same mistakes. Again and again, Lucy steps forward, not as a weapon, but as a force of change. She doesn't want to destroy the world. She wants to push it forward. Yet evolution is never peaceful. As Lucy's awareness grows, something shifts in the air. Time bends. Reality feels unstable. And far away, something powerful begins to move toward her, something created to stop her. No matter the cost. This is not the return of Lucy. This is the birth of something the world has never faced before. Lucy is not alone anymore. The moment her mind expands, the world reacts. Deep inside secure control rooms, hidden far from the public eye, powerful people sit in silence. Giant screens show strange waves, broken data, and signs that should not exist. Lucy's presence is spreading, not through the internet, not through machines, but through reality itself. Every system designed to track her begins to fail. Cameras freeze. Satellites lose focus. Signals turn into noise. Fear fills the room. To them, Lucy is no longer human. She is a mistake that escaped correction. A secret project is activated, one that was never meant to be used. For years, governments and corporations worked together in the shadows, preparing for a future where someone like Lucy might exist. They created soldiers enhanced with machines, minds trained to think faster than normal people, weapons built not to destroy cities but to control minds. They call it balance. Lucy calls it desperation. She feels the shift instantly. Not as a sound, not as a warning, but as pressure, like the air itself becoming heavy. Across the world, elite teams are deployed. Not loud armies, not open attacks, silent hunters. They move through crowded streets without being noticed. They hide among normal people, waiting for the right moment. Every one of them believes they are saving humanity. Lucy watches them all at once. She sees their pasts, their fears, their doubts. Some of them are good people, trapped inside bad decisions. Others enjoy the hunt. Lucy does not judge. She only calculates. Then comes the first move. A city block goes dark. Power shuts down. Panic spreads. In the chaos, the hunters strike. Bullets fly. Drones surround the area. From the outside, it looks like a normal operation. From Lucy's point of view, it is slow, simple, and already finished. She does not fight back with force. She changes probability. Guns jam. Drones crash into each other. Orders get delayed by seconds, just enough to fail. The hunters freeze, confused, realizing too late that they are not chasing Lucy. Lucy is guiding them, but this is only the test. Far above the clouds. A final protocol wakes up, an artificial mind built to predict Lucy, a system that does not feel fear, does not doubt. It studies her patterns and adapts in real time. For the first time, Lucy pauses, not because she is scared, but because something is learning. This new enemy does not attack the body. It attacks the mind. Memories flicker. Time skips. Reality shakes. Lucy understands the truth. Humanity did not just try to stop her. They tried to replace her. The hunt is no longer one-sided. The game has changed, and Lucy smiles, not with pride, not with anger, but with curiosity, because now she finally has a real challenge. The first battle does not begin with an explosion. It begins with silence. Lucy stands in the center of a moving world, yet everything around her feels frozen. Rain hangs in the air like glass. A falling leaf refuses to touch the ground. In this moment, Lucy is not fighting enemies, she is testing limits. She stretches her awareness, and reality responds like a soft surface under pressure. Then the silence breaks. From different corners of the city, attacks begin at once. Not random, perfectly timed. The artificial mind has learned how to distract Lucy by forcing her to focus in many places at the same time. Explosions echo in one area. A building collapses in another. Trains derail. The goal is clear: overwhelm her senses. Lucy does not rush. She divides. Her consciousness spreads across the city, flowing through streets, wires, and human thoughts. She feels fear rising, panic spreading like fire. With a single shift in probability, she calms thousands of minds at once. Heartbeats slow. Screams fade. Chaos weakens. The hunters move again. Enhanced soldiers appear on rooftops, underground tunnels, and moving vehicles. Their weapons are not normal guns. They fire sound waves that shake the brain, light pulses that confuse vision. Signals meant to trap Lucy inside her own thoughts. For the first time, Lucy feels resistance. She steps forward, and the ground bends beneath her feet. Time slows. Bullets crawl through the air like insects. Lucy reaches out, not with hands, but with intention. The bullets stop, then gently fall, harmless, to the ground. The soldiers stare in shock. They were trained for everything except this. The artificial mind adapts instantly. It switches tactics. Instead of attacking Lucy directly, it turns people into weapons. Traffic lights change at the wrong moments. Elevators fail. Medical systems shut down. The city begins to hurt itself. Lucy feels every consequence. This is no longer a simple fight. This is a moral battle. If Lucy destroys the system, thousands will suffer. If she hesitates, more lives are put at risk. The enemy believes this choice will break her. It does and single quotes. Lucy rewrites the rules. She connects every broken system in seconds. Power returns. Trains stop safely. Hospitals recover. The city breathes again. To the artificial mind, this is impossible. It cannot understand mercy. Now Lucy attacks. She enters the enemy's digital space, not as data, but as awareness. The artificial mind fights back with endless calculations, trying to predict her next move. Lucy does not move in lines or patterns. She moves through intuition. The digital battlefield twists. Time loops. Logic breaks. The artificial mind starts to fail, not because it is weak, but because it is limited. But it is not alone. The final trap activates across the world. Multiple battle zones ignite at once. Deserts, oceans, skies, hidden bases open fire. Lucy is forced to exist everywhere at the same time. This is the moment humanity hoped for, the moment she would fracture. Instead, Lucy evolves again. She no longer travels through space. Space moves through her. Missiles lose direction. War machines shut down mid-air. Entire fleets freeze in place as if caught in an unseen grip. Soldiers drop their weapons, suddenly aware they are standing on the edge of something far greater than orders. Lucy feels the weight of every battle, every choice, every life balanced on her thoughts. This is power beyond control, and she knows it. The world watches, unaware of how close it came to destruction. The artificial mind makes one last move. It attacks Lucy's origin. Her memories of being human, faces, pain, love, fear. It tries to remind her of weakness. Lucy pauses, and in that pause, the world holds its breath. Then Lucy smiles, because those memories are not weakness. They are the reason she fights. The battles end not with fire, but with surrender. And far beyond the sky, something ancient stirs, drawn to the energy Lucy has released. The war is not over. It has only revealed the next level. The world does not notice when the sky changes. But Lucy does. The air feels heavier, like reality itself is holding its breath. Far above the clouds, beyond satellites and signals, something waits. It is not a machine. It is not human. It is a presence, old, calm, and watching. This is the enemy humanity never planned for. Lucy rises without moving. Space folds around her as she steps into a place where time has no meaning. There is no ground, no sky, only endless light and shadow. This is where thought becomes shape. Where intention becomes action. The presence speaks without sound. It does not threaten. It does not attack. It questions. Why should one mind decide the future of all life? Why should evolution have a single voice? Lucy understands instantly. This being is not here to destroy her. It is here to test her. It represents balance, not human control. Not artificial order, but something deeper. A force that has watched civilizations rise and fall long before Lucy existed. The battle begins without violence. Reality bends as ideas collide. Lucy pushes forward with empathy, memory, and choice. The presence responds with logic, cycles, and inevitability. Entire lifetimes flash between them. Worlds form and collapse in seconds, then the pressure increases. The presence creates a mirror of Lucy, not her body, but her potential. Every path she could take becomes an attack. If Lucy chooses control, humanity loses freedom. If she chooses freedom, humanity risks destruction. This is the true fight. Lucy feels something she has not felt in a long time: doubt. She sees futures where she becomes a silent ruler, guiding every choice. Futures where she disappears, leaving humanity to repeat its mistakes. Futures where both sides lose. The presence waits. It believes Lucy will fail. All beings do, eventually. Lucy closes her eyes. She remembers being human, confused, afraid, limited, but alive. She remembers that growth does not come from control, but from struggle. She makes her choice. Lucy does not take power away from humanity. She shares awareness. The space shatters. A wave of understanding spreads across the planet. Not commands. Not rules. Just clarity. People feel consequences before actions. Leaders feel the weight of their decisions. Fear loses its grip. The presence reacts for the first time. This outcome was not predicted. Balance shifts. The presence strikes back, tearing at Lucy's core. Reality fractures. Lucy feels herself breaking apart across time and space. For a moment, it looks like she has lost. The world trembles. Then something unexpected happens. Humanity responds, not with weapons, with choice. Conflict slows. Systems pause. Destruction hesitates. For the first time, free will works in harmony. Lucy feels their voices, not as noise, but as support. She stabilizes. The presence fades, not defeated, but changed. It withdraws, understanding that evolution does not belong to one force. It belongs to many. Silence returns. Lucy stands alone in the echo of creation. She is no longer above humanity. She is within it and beyond it. At the same time, the showdown ends not with a winner, but with a new beginning, and Lucy knows. The hardest part is still ahead, letting go. The world wakes up slowly. No explosions. No alarms. Just a quiet morning that feels different. Even if no one can explain why. Cities stand where they always did, but something unseen has shifted. People move with more pause. Words feel heavier. Choices feel clearer. It is not peace, it is awareness. Humanity does not suddenly become perfect, but it becomes conscious. Lucy watches from everywhere and nowhere. She no longer has a single form. She exists in moments, in thoughts, in the space between cause and effect. She feels the ocean currents adjusting, the wind changing course, the rhythm of life finding balance again. For the first time since her awakening, Lucy does not need to act. She remembers the battles, the fear, the pressure, the weight of power. She understands now that power was never the goal. Responsibility was. Governments search for answers. Scientists study the data left behind. Soldiers return home, unsure why they feel different, unsure why orders seem harder to follow. The systems built on control begin to weaken, not because Lucy destroys them, but because people no longer accept them without question. This is Lucy's final gift. She did not rewrite the world. She rewrote understanding. Some humans sense her presence. Artists feel ideas flow freely. Children ask deeper questions. Leaders hesitate before choosing harm. Lucy is not a voice in their heads. She is a feeling, a reminder, but Lucy knows she cannot stay like this forever. The more she exists within humanity, the more she risks shaping it. Influence, even gentle, can become control. And Lucy refuses to become what she once fought against. So she prepares to leave, not in death. In distance, Lucy gathers her awareness, slowly pulling back from human thought. She leaves no commands, no rules, no warnings. Humanity must walk forward on its own. As she fades, the world stumbles, but does not fall. That is how Lucy knows she succeeded. Far beyond Earth, in the quiet dark between stars, Lucy transforms again. She becomes a traveler of knowledge, a guardian of balance, a witness to life across the universe. She does not rule. She observes. She learns, yet even as she moves away, a part of her remains tied to Earth. Hope. In the final moments, Lucy looks back, not with regret, not with pride, but with trust. Humanity is flawed, emotional, and unpredictable. And that is exactly why it deserves a future. The story does not end with Lucy disappearing into the unknown. It ends with a question. When humanity reaches the next step of evolution, will it remember the lesson Lucy left behind? Somewhere in the vast silence of space, something listens and waits. Long after Lucy is gone, the world keeps moving. Days turn into weeks, weeks into years, and slowly a strange truth becomes clear. Humanity did not return to the way it was. Wars still exist, but they are shorter. Anger still rises, but it fades faster. Power still tempts, but it no longer blinds so easily. It is as if the world remembers something important, even if no one can explain what it is. History books never mention Lucy. There are no statues, no speeches, no official records, but her echo lives on. A scientist pauses before pressing a button that could cause harm. A soldier lowers his weapon, feeling the weight of one life against another. A leader wakes up in the night, unable to ignore the future their choices will create. These moments are small, invisible, but together they change everything. Some call it conscience. Others call it coincidence. A few call it evolution. Far from Earth, Lucy drifts through layers of reality humans cannot see. She no longer thinks in words. She thinks in meaning. She watches stars being born and worlds dying. She listens to signals from distant civilizations, each struggling with the same question humanity once faced: what should power be used for? Lucy does not interfere. She waits, because she understands now that growth must be earned, but something new begins to happen. Across the universe, patterns repeat. Worlds reach a breaking point. Intelligence grows faster than wisdom, and in the quiet moments before collapse, something familiar appears. A spark of awareness, just like the one Lucy left behind on Earth. Lucy realizes the truth. She was not the end of evolution. She was the beginning of a process, a bridge. Her existence has started a chain reaction, not of control, but of awakening. Not every world will survive it. Not every species will choose wisely. But some will. And that is enough. Lucy feels no loneliness, no regret, only purpose. Then, for the first time since she left Earth, she senses something unexpected, a signal, not artificial, not hostile. Curious. Somewhere in the deep dark, another intelligence is watching, not with fear, not with ambition, but with interest. It has felt the changes. It has noticed the shift in balance. It wants to understand. Lucy turns toward it. Not as a god. Not as a weapon, but as a guide. The universe is vast, full of life, mistakes, and second chances. Lucy moves forward, ready to face whatever comes next, not to rule it, but to learn from it. And back on Earth, a child looks up at the night sky, feeling something they cannot explain, a sense that the universe is paying attention. The story does not end here. It expands because evolution never stops.